Yes, people. Welcome back to FergieTime right here on the Finished Article on YouTube. We're back again with another review of Manchester United's pathetic performance against Leicester. There's no other way I can put it. It was terrible, but we'll get into all the details shortly. Before my boy jumps on, please leave a like on the video. Leave comments whether it's live or whether you're watching it on replay, and please subscribe to the channel. We are on the race to 200, so the push to 200 is on. We're on about 132, I believe. Get yourself subscribed to the channel here on YouTube. And if you want to get on the channel as a guest, hit us up on the email address on the screen below, and we can get you on as a guest. Depending which show you want, let us know some details, and we'll work something out. Follow us across social media on Twitter and Facebook. The details are below. But before we get into anything else, here he is, the big man Shazad. Yes, bro.
What's happening, bro? You good?
I'm good, bro. You tell me. What's the crack, bro? What's new?
Not bad. All good, bro.
All
just
good, yeah.
Busy weekend trying to sort a few things out here and there.
Yeah, standard, bro. But before we move on to the Leicester versus United game, there is one little thing. Use the invitation code below to join the Fantasy Premier League Finished Article League on the official Premier League website. You can get in as a now, and if you've got more points than anybody by the end of the month, you will win. You'll win a prize for that month. So we're doing month-on-month prize and an overall winner for the end of the season as well. So you can still get yourself subscribed. You can get yourself into the league and subscribe to the channel to get the prize. You can't be in the league and not subscribe to the channel, otherwise you won't get a prize. Simple as that. But we're going to move on to Manchester United versus Leicester City, which was yesterday. And this is what we brought up yesterday. Will Man United remain unbeaten away from home? We brought this up on Friday, and obviously Solskjaer helped us answer that question yesterday, where we got beat 4-2 off Leicester. Just overall on the game, Shaz, what were your thoughts? I know you want to watch the highlights and whatnot because you were out, So
yeah, I was actually at the Cov game yesterday, and I was actually just tuning into the highlights as and when I could at halftime at Ewood Park. So I'd heard that the guys had gotten 1-0 up. I was like, okay, Greenwood got the goal. Fantastic. Everything's going well. They're about to prove me wrong. Shaz was right. I should never doubt him. And then all of a sudden, I get a message from a mate who said, and he's a really funny guy. So he's a Cov fan, but he's like, oh, yeah, Leicester have equalized it. I'm like, okay. But this is coming from a guy who doesn't follow Man United. Okay, I just ignored it. Watched the movie. At this point, Cov were 2-0 down against Blackburn, and I thought, what a shit weekend this is turning out to be.
Cov losing, United losing. What more do you want, bro?
Anyway, it turns out that the geezer was right. So I was getting some drinks and snacks.
I hope they were non-alcoholic drinks, bro.
Oh, Coca-Cola, bro. The best, the very best. The very best for the finished article and legends. Anyway, so it's 1-1, and I'm thinking, okay, tell our predictions on point. And then the second half, whether somebody decided to have a brain fart or Ollie, I don't know what he's doing. We managed to go 2-1 back up. So I'm like, okay, yes, good. At this point, Cobb had come back. We had pulled one back. So I was like, okay, you know what? Things are going well. Cobb bring it back to 2-2, and I'm thinking, this is sick, bro. Man United just need to maintain the result and carry on. The last 3 goals, I'm afraid, no offense. Maguire, what the fuck are you playing for? You're not even fully fit. Why not play Eric Bailly, as Shaz was saying on the preview? And bro, no offense. No matter how I saw the goal when Rashford scored. Brilliant goal. Glad to see him back, but no offense. Okay, actually, as Shaz says, every offense.
I hate it when you say no offense, bro, because you actually mean it. Especially when it comes to United, bro. You mean it. So say it from here, bro. Say it from your chest, lad. Don't hide them feelings, bro.
Every offense when I say this, that you should never concede straight from a kickoff. And if you are, then you really have to question what you're doing, where your mindset is, where your players are at. And let's be honest, as I put the title up at the start, or as Shaz brought the banner up, Ollie, bro, seriously, bro, take a hike and walk, bro. Legend for the club. That's not going to change, but seriously, save yourself the hassle and just
that status is changing slowly with every game that he has as manager. That's the problem.
What my prediction of him lasting to December isn't going to hold out, because at this rate he's going to be gone next week. If he
bro, at this rate he's going to get sacked and he's going to be Newcastle manager by Christmas.
Well, that's fine, but we'll leave Newcastle to another day.
Man, what I'll do, bro, is I'll give you my initial thoughts on this game. Right? I watched it. I know it's a 3 p.m. kickoff and we don't get him in the UK, so don't ask me how I watched it. I watched it nonetheless, and I wish I didn't. So that's the first thing. I wish I didn't. We started off really well when we got the first goal. Greenwood's goal was just amazing. He cut in, he got past Castagna, he got the ball in the back of the net, and the ball was just moving all the way. It was past Kasper Schmeichel as soon as it left his foot. Brilliant goal. I thought well-deserved, lead at the start. Played a little bit longer. Tielemans had... Right, so I'm going to talk about this a little bit more into it before I go on to Tielemans' goal. What was Harry Maguire doing? Now, I know he wasn't fully fit, but you don't just wait for the ball to come to you like that, especially when you're under pressure from an attacker from, I think it was Iheanacho. So Harry Maguire just stood there and waited for the ball, and then he realised, oh shit, this guy's going to get to it before me, and then move for it, and he'd already lost it by then. Now, Tielemans' goal was a good goal if it was meant to be a goal, right? And the reason I say that is because it looked like a cross that just went the wrong way and went in.
It looped him.
It looked like a looping, but you never know. It looked like a. If it was a good goal, it was. If it was a shot, it was a good goal. That's all I'm saying. If it was unintentional, still a good goal because the way it went in.
But it should never have done it, because Maguire should never have done what he did. All he had to do was literally go hoof it out. He's not fully fit. So we talked to us. Maguire is a sick defender. What he needed to do yesterday was he needed to go back to basics and just hoof it out, because he's not match fit and we're still finding. But besides the point, it's just
exactly, bro, exactly. But obviously after that, it was 1-1, waiting to half time, and then Leicester scored. Soyuncu scored. I don't think, I'm not even going to talk about that goal because it was just ridiculous defending all around. I don't even know what else to say about it.
I'll
bring it up in a bit, bro. We'll go through the comments later. Obviously, we'll get through the program first. But after the break, after Soyuncu scored, Rashford came on. I think he came on before Soyuncu scored. But then Rashford was on. He was playing really well. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting Rashford back until November. Now, to have him back this early and to score on his return, even though we didn't win, was good to see, because he's now got the same amount of goals as Harry Kane and he's played one game. Right? and I'm going to keep saying stuff about Harry Kane because Harry Kane scored today. So by the time Rashford came on and scored his goal, he'd actually scored more goals than Harry Kane. And Harry Kane's played every game this season for Tottenham. And that was his first 30 minutes on the pitch. Right? So don't come at me with that Harry Kane's the best striker in the world BS, right? Because I'm not having it, especially when he's doing stuff like this, right? But after Rashford scored, right, this is where I had the problem, bro. This is where I had the problem. Leicester had already brought on Daka at this point. Now, Daka played really well, and he created the goal for Jamie Vardy, and then he scored the last goal of the game. Now, the goal that Jamie Vardy scored should never have happened. Like, Leicester kicked off and scored literally within 15 seconds of kicking off. It's like the United players had gone to sleep. Like, that's the worst time to shut off, is when you score, especially when it's at a draw at 2-2 and you're away. I would have been happy with a draw at this point, bro, because it was 83rd minute, 84th minute. I would have been happy with a draw, especially with Rashford coming on and scoring, in his first game back after his shoulder injury. I would have been happy with a draw. But what pissed me off the most is the way we lost. We got the goal back for 2-2 and we shut off. It's like they didn't even want to play for the last 5-10 minutes of that game.
They didn't. They just,
Jamie Vardy, like I said to you in the preview shares, Jamie Vardy is going to score against us. Didn't I say that to you, bro? I said, out of all the Leicester players, I will guarantee you Jamie Vardy will score against us. And he did it. He proved me right. Now, and I'm really upset that the way that he scored, though. Like, why shut off and let you defend, after all that hard work of getting into a 2-2 at 85th minute, why let them why concede again and not just again, but again as well? So again and again, they conceded 2 goals in 10 minutes. I just don't understand it.
I just want to jump in. So
go for it, bro.
I watched the highlights as Shaz said at the start, and I've got to be honest. That sequence of play so I'd seen the ticker that United had equalized, and all of a sudden I was like, okay, cool. The next ticker I saw pissed me off the most because I was like, you can't be that stupid. I'm watching Championship football where Cov have just come back from 2-0 down because Blackburn basically shit their pants and should have had the game out of sight because Cov weren't there. That's one thing. But to see Man United do
hold on. If you want to know more about Cov versus Blackburn, tune into us, All Things Sky Blue probably tomorrow with Shaz and Rich because they are doing a video in the next 24 hours or so.
Exactly, yeah. So anyway.
Sorry, I just needed to get a shameless plug in there, bro. I had to do it.
No, you had to, man. You had to. And that's how funny I found it. I'm watching Championship level football, and this is why I said having no expectation for United, because this is a club that normally would go to Leicester and take a shit on them.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And that's the problem. We went to Leicester and we let Leicester run right on us. They beat us 4-2.
That has to be, no offense, that has to be down to Ollie. I'm putting the blame 100% on
It's not. You can't put that on Ollie, bro. Right? Even though I'm Ollie out, partly he is to blame, right, for his team selection. We'll get on to that later. But the other part is the players shut down at 85 minutes. When they scored the equaliser at 2-2, the United players shut down, and that's why Leicester got their third, and that's why they got their fourth. The players shouldn't have stopped. They should have carried on.
So why did they shut down? I want to ask
because they're stupid. Like they thought, you know what, it's Leicester. We're 2-2. We've got the draw now, so let's chill. And they went on the back foot straight away after that kickoff. Wan-Bissaka fouled whoever it was on that wing, got a yellow card for it, and they scored. So it's a double whammy. We conceded, and Wan-Bissaka got a yellow.
Do you think that would have happened if Varane had played? So if Varane had played, do you reckon they would have?
So firstly, if Varane was fit and he played, we wouldn't have conceded so many goals.
Yeah, correct.
Even if Maguire wasn't playing, if Bailly were playing, I think we would have had a better game in defence. Like, you didn't watch the whole game, man. I'm gonna tell you one thing, Shaz. Harry Maguire's performance was shocking throughout the game. That mistake that he made that gave the first goal to Leicester, that wasn't his only bad moment of the game. He had other bad moments. I think it was the Soyuncu goal, the header. Was it a head? Yeah. No, it was a tap-in. Sorry, the tap-in. He should have been marking him because he was at the back post, but he let him get around him. It's like Solskjaer knew Harry Maguire wasn't fully fit, so why did he play him? You have Eric Bailly. You've got a young 19, 20-year-old defender called Mengi who's really good as well. This would have been a perfect game for him to start and give him that chance against a team like Leicester because, let's be honest, Leicester aren't the biggest team in the Premier League and we should be winning them.
No doubt, bro. And that's why I was blaming Ollie. You're right. You can't blame on Ollie.
You can't just blame Solskjaer, though, because the players played bad. So that's down to their individual performances, right? But the team selection is down to Solskjaer. The fact that we had no game plan and no tactics, that's Solskjaer's fault because that's his department. That's what he gets paid to do. And it's like he's just getting paid to do jack all.
But you know, I reckon Ollie wins it most of the time. Let's be honest. And 3 years of him, 4 years of him, Man United manager, I still haven't seen him come up with a consistent style of play to say we go play from the back. We're gonna counter attack. If that
no
makes
consistency, sense. No consistency in his tactics or his game plan. He's got no consistency at all, bro. And that's the problem. Solskjaer needs to learn that he needs, for every team that you play, you need a different game plan. Like, do you play Football Manager, Shaz?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Let's say you pick Man United as your team and you're their manager. You look at your fixture list and you say, okay, these games I can play my bigger players and I can rest them here and I'll have them ready for these bigger games like City, Liverpool, and things like that, right? So when I play Football Manager, the first thing I do at the start of the month, of that month, I look at the fixture list and, okay, what players have I got? Who do I need to rest? Who do I need for the big game so I can make sure they're fully fit? I give them the first game, and they miss a game, and then they play the big game. So what I have is what we call a full 25-man squad, plus my youngsters that don't need to be registered. So I've got about 30-odd players that I can use for any game as long as they're not injured. And this is what Solskjaer doesn't understand. He has these players. He has all the players he needs, as well as the under-23s, the under-18s that can get a start, that some of them are worthy of a start. But Solskjaer just doesn't see it. So where do you draw the line, Shaz? Like, where do you draw the line with Solskjaer? Like, how many more chances is he going to get? If this was any other manager, he would have been sacked by now. But the fact that it's Solskjaer and he's a United club legend as a player, he's getting the benefit of the doubt and he's getting chance after chance after chance. And that's ruining United in the long run.
No, I agree. I think he's out of chances.
Your camera's gone really dark there, bro. I'm not sure what's happened there.
Is that right? Sorry, yeah.
No, it's back. It's back. So
I think he's out of chances. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, no, that's good. I understand what you mean. Obviously, we'll bring up the comments now. So if there's any comments that you guys want to leave, I know there's a couple of people watching. So if you want to leave any comments and you want us to talk about anything to do with United, or United losing to Leicester or the next game, whichever, leave them down below in the comments and we'll get through them. So I'm going to bring up the first comment from Darren. Darren's wrote, Ronaldo was so isolated. Play him in the hole and play either Greenwood or Rashford up front. Ronaldo should have played left, Greenwood on the right, and what do you call him through the middle? Sancho on the right, Ronaldo on the left, and Greenwood through the middle. Sorry, that's how it should have been played. But they played Ronaldo through the middle, and yeah, you're right. He was isolated. He didn't get the ball as much as he should have done, but he did have some good chances. Like there was a chance that he had from a cross, and he went for an overhead kick that, if he went for a normal header, would have gone in, but he went for the acrobatic overhead bicycle kick, which he missed. There was another chance that he had that would have been a simple tap-in, but he didn't get his foot to it. There was quite a lot of chances that Ronaldo had, and I think he was just having a bad day in front of goal. Like every player in the world has that, and yeah, it is worse when it happens to Ronaldo because people class him as one of the best players in the world. So it's worse when he has a day off, like in front of goal. And especially when we needed him in a game where we were drawing or losing to Leicester. Because at that point, I think it was 2-2 when he had a couple of chances, or maybe 3-2. So he could have brought us back into the game. If he scored, it would have rallied up the fans and it would have rallied up the players to get back in the game and maybe go for a win instead of just sitting back and letting Leicester come at us and attack. Yeah, exactly, Darren. They won't sack him because he's a yes man. Exactly. Solskjaer's a yes man. The Glaciers said jump. He says yes. How high? It's just like he has no backbone. He's got no testicles.
Well, actually, he has. He just needs to take them out of his pants and.
No, he has none, bro. It's like he does nothing, bro. If you watch him at games, bro, he doesn't shout at his players. He doesn't shout instructions at his players. All of the managers are on the touchline shouting instructions. He was at the touchline briefly, but he stands there dejected, like he's like, oh, we're losing this. He has his arms folded. You can tell by his body language he doesn't know what to do and he's clueless. Like, he needs to be in the face of his players, like shouting instructions at him, like get forward, defend here, move here, stay in this position, stop coming out of position. He needs to give his players more instructions because that's his job. Do you know what I mean, Shaz?
We said this when we watched the Villarreal game.
Oh, don't get me started on that, bro.
We didn't see him come out to the
I didn't
touchline.
see him come out to the touchline from when we were in the stands behind the managers, and we didn't see him come out to the touchline once. I saw Mike Phelan come out once or twice, and I think we saw Carrick at one point as well. But I didn't see Solskjaer unless it was half time or full time or the start of a game at the touchline. That was the only times we saw him going back and forth. Fred was at the touchline more than him.
That's a different story.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But let's talk about this Greenwood's goal. That the kid's 19, 20, and he's got the ability to do what he did for this goal was just brilliant. He got the ball from Bruno, cut in so fast, he lost his player. He left him like a couple of yards behind. There was a gap between three players, so the guy was marking him, another guy just in front, and a guy in front of Greenwood on his left. And there was a gap between all of them, and he just took a shot. The ball just curled away from the keeper, but it went into the back of the net. It was a brilliantly timed goal.
No doubt, bro. No doubt. I absolutely enjoyed that goal.
It was a brilliant goal to watch, especially for someone so young to do that. It shows that there's a bright future for a player like him. But I just don't want to see him get ruined by a manager like Solskjaer. That's the problem.
No, and I think that's the fear for most people that
the only other problem I have, sorry, Shaz, is that Sancho, when he plays, he always gets subbed off at 60 or 70 minutes. He doesn't have a good game. Like, he played against Leicester, but he didn't have a good game. Again, like, we need to start seeing some return from him now. I know, like you say, it's a new league for him. He needs to gel or get chemistry with the team, but how long does a player need? Like, look at Ronaldo's just come into the team. He's never played with these players before, and he's just, he's hit the ground running. He had a bad day yesterday against Leicester, but other games he's had really good. We don't see that from Sancho.
Yeah, I struggle to see it from him, and it needs to be more consistent. And I think Darren's right when he says this, that it's going to be a painful weekend next week, but we are going to have to see how these boys react to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that comment says it all. Like, Salah I watched his goal against Watford, and like, if he plays anything like that against United, we're done. Like, I'm not looking forward to us playing Liverpool this weekend. Or is it this weekend coming?
Yeah,
it's on the weekend. Like, I am not looking forward to us playing Liverpool, especially with Salah on form like that. If we don't have Varane, we're going to have a problem. You know who I'd rather have? Sergio Ramos.
Oh.
You know exactly what I mean, bro.
Oh, man. That's crazy. But on that point, it's well noted that Ole is literally very passive in the way he manages the team. He needs to really wake up and show more passion on the touchline. I know he's a babyface assassin, but that doesn't work when it comes to management level, because the players need a bit of direction. They need a bit of a style to play to. Yes, they might be brilliant tactically, but or intelligent, but the best players always need guidance from the man at the top. If you ask Fergie to just let the players do, and he saw that performance and he saw them do that, he would be ripping someone's a new asshole.
You give him the hair dryer treatment in the dressing room. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this next comment, Chaz? Sancho is dreadful, not worth the price.
Well,
do you think it's too early to say things like that, or are you going to say that he's right on that?
Well, I'd have to agree with Darren based on the fact that whatever he's proven in front of the form right now, he's not proved his worth. I mean, now the funny thing is, last week Sancho got 2 assists for England in the I know it was an international game, but you kind of think that, okay, look, you've got that, build on that confidence, bring it into the club football. And I understand players are different, whatever, but you're still good enough to play at Man United, so you should be able to do magic work. In fact, you know what? Yesterday was the perfect game for Donny van de Beek to go out and have some fun. You got nothing to lose, man. What, seriously, if you're not playing him now,
if you're not playing him now, when are you going to play him?
When are you playing him, man?
You're right, man. You're right, though. You're definitely right. But we'll move on to some of the other topics that we've got lined up for the show. So the next one I want to touch on, Shaz, I'll let you talk about it first because you put this one there. What needs to be done to change the drop-in form?
So I think a couple of things. Everybody needs to do a bit of soul searching, from the players to the managers to the players. Need to say, look, we've just not performed. Yesterday was embarrassing, especially the defensive. Regardless of Maguire being half fit, you got to look at them and say, okay, why did we fall asleep? Why couldn't we just do the basics, bro? You don't need Varane there to do the basics. That shit, you know, if me and Shaz are playing football right now on five-a-side turf and we're defending, I know that I've got to run back because Shaz is running forward. So that's common sense.
Man's flying forward, man.
Exactly.
That's it.
So Maqbool's running forward. Your boy Shav's got to cover the space at the back because after he scores a goal, the boys are going to come back and try and counter. But that doesn't require intelligence to do that. I mean, the other thing is Ollie needs to wake the fuck up. And I say, wake the fuck up.
Wow.
And start.
My man's using that type of language now, yeah? Okay. Well, that's where we're at. That's how frustrated it is. I hardly ever see this guy or hear this guy swear, right? He hardly ever swears, yeah. And for him to swear means he is very frustrated. So that's how frustrated he is with Solskjaer right now. And this is the guy that was saying, now we need to give him time. We're not 8 games into the season. He's like, nah, get the F out in it. The old WWE slogan, in it, get the F out when they changed to WWE.
Oh man. Darren's actually right in his comment. I'm right about. I'll let you bring that up in a bit.
Bring it up if you want, bro. You bring it up now if you want, bro.
He's right that it was only Andorra, and yes, we could assist to get them. But what that should have done was boost his confidence. So look, you can only beat who's in front of you. So what Sancho could have done is, look, it's Leicester. No, let's be honest, it's Leicester.
Leicester, just like Andorra, isn't it?
Well, probably not as bad as Andorra, but yeah, on paper, looking at the talent that United have, you should never be struggling against anyone. I mean, it has to be said that, and I know Darren's watching, so he'll enjoy this next bit that I'm about to bring up. The Cov's manager, ex-Man United player, is actually doing more with Cov on less of a budget than Ollie's doing with all that budget. And bro, you know what? It's hilarious. And Mark Roberts of Cov City's manager doesn't need world-class talent. He has a system. He has to play. He drills them. The 2-0 down at halftime. He kicks some shit, and they got the shit done.
But bro, come on. Hey, bro, come on. That's championship football, though, isn't it? So it's on a different level. I get where you're coming from, though. I honestly do that the manager's doing better with Cov than Solskjaer is. I get that, definitely. Like,
I know it's different, Nick, but you got to understand.
I get where you're coming from, though. The standard is better for Cov than it is at United, and that's the problem. The standard shouldn't be better. Like, I think if the Cov manager was at United with the players that we've got, he'd do better than Solskjaer right now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's a bad thing for Solskjaer.
That's bad that we're having to bring Cov into the conversation because I find it hilarious. I'm like, in a million years, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But the fact is, Ollie's brought United down so bad that you're not thinking, oh shit, man, I'm having jokes here right now.
Do you know what, bro? I'm going to say it. I'd rather just have Steve Bruce right now. Oh, man. That's bad, though, and it's saying you want Steve Bruce at United over Solskjaer.
You know, you said Steve Bruce should be manager.
Let's have a look. We've got a comment from Darren. The football is good to watch under Robbins than Ole. 100%. I've never seen Cov play, right? But I probably agree with you because watching United play right now is shit and it's frustrating. So, you know what? I probably don't even disagree with you on that. I'm done with Solskjaer in it. Just want him gone. I'm done with this all the tax in it. Just sick of it already.
Like, all the tax is
United deserve better. The players deserve better. They deserve a better manager who will get them through games like Leicester.
By the way, that doesn't mean nobody wants Conte. Conte is not the answer.
No, Conte is definitely not the answer. I know there's people saying, yes, he plays boring football, but he'll win you trophies. But Solskjaer's playing boring football, but he's not winning us trophies. But he's consistently getting us top 4, which is the reason he has still got his job, right? The Glaciers are about making money. So as long as he's consistently getting you top 4, regardless of where you finish, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, the Glaciers will be happy because they're getting that Champions League football. They're getting that extra revenue. Now this is the problem that Arsenal were in years ago, that they were happy with consistently finishing in the top 4, whether it was 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. You remember Arsenal always finished top 4, bro. Always.
Yeah.
Under Wenger. They always finished top 4, and they were happy with it because they were consistently doing it, and they were always getting the Champions League revenue. Now, that's where United are right now. They're happy with consistently finishing in the top 4, whether they're winning the league, whether they're winning other trophies or not. They're happy because they're consistently getting the Champions League revenue, and that's all that matters to the owners. The owners don't care about the trophies, and that's the problem with the owners. They don't care about the trophies. Tell me if I'm wrong, Lershaz. You tell me. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, you're not wrong, and that's the problem. So, because the owners don't have ambition, that means that there's no pressure on Ole to go out and deliver because the senior higher up. No, I know it's money, bro, but let's be honest.
That's all they care about.
You're at Chelsea, you're at Real Madrid, you're at Barcelona, you're at Juventus. The list could go on. If you're not performing to that high standard of echelon football, get out, mate. Get out. But obviously, a bad mindset is driven into Man United. Apologies, and it's toxic.
His next comment from Darren, right? I'm going to bring it up, but I'm not going to say too much on it because I could go on and on about this next comment. It's all about money in football. I'm going to let Shaz talk about this first.
Yeah, it is all about money, Darren. And I think that's a universal truth. I think the problem with it all about money is that you got certain owners that have a winning mindset, and the Glazers have not really had a winning mindset. The only reason the Glazers Glazers took over in 2005. Fergie was manager till 2013. The only reason why Man United was still successful is because Fergie was the saving grace between winning and not winning. If it wasn't for him, the ship would have gone down a long time ago. I absolutely agree with that there.
Fergie had higher standards in it. Like Fergie, even before the Glaciers took over, he was consistently winning those trophies. And with the new owners that came in, the Glaciers at that time, he carried that tradition on because that's a United tradition. They'd always win trophies. Even in the Busby Babes era, we were consistently winning trophies until the tragedy happened. Then after that was a rebuild. We started winning trophies under Fergie, and Fergie was there for 26 years.
Yeah, correct.
That was probably one of the best periods for any football club in their history of having a manager for so long who won so many trophies. There's not going to be another manager in the history of football that is going to stay at a club longer than Fergie and win that amount of trophies now.
No.
Because, okay, let's say Solskjaer doesn't win anything this season, gets sacked next season. Pep Guardiola, his contract's up at City, he's probably going to leave. Pochettino probably won't win anything at PSG. He'll get sacked. Tuchel will have a season where he doesn't win anything and Abramovich will sack him. Klopp, he'll end up leaving Liverpool soon. Newcastle, let's not talk about Newcastle that highly right now, even though they've just got a billionaire owner. They will, obviously, within 5 years, they'll be challenging for some type of trophy. Whether it's the league, the FA Cup, whatever, they will start challenging. I think they'll start getting top 6 finishes in the next 7 to 8 years. That's a big project though to work on, like Man City was when the Saudi regime took over there.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. I mean, it goes without saying that Darren's point about it all being money is 100% true. The other problem about meaning money is that in order to make money, they need to see a return in investment. So if you're not seeing a return, but races obviously the Yanks, so the Yanks don't know anything about football.
Bro, it's not as bad as the Venkies. They didn't even know Rovers could get relegated from the Premier League when they took over as owners.
Yeah,
when they got relegated, they're like, "Can that happen? What happened there? We didn't know that could happen. What happened?" It's like, are you thick? So the one thing that needs to change in football is the money, right? The transfer fees should be set by FIFA, right? FIFA should say this player is worth this much money. If you want to buy him, you paid this much, it has to be accepted, right? Wages, there should be a cap. Like, look at the MLS. The MLS, you're allowed 2 foreign players. 2 foreign players in your team. Like, the Premier League, yes, they have the homegrown talent rule, but in that rule, Ronaldo's a homegrown talent because he was at United for 6 years. Pogba's a homegrown talent because he's been there long enough. But they're not homegrown. They weren't born and brought up in English football. They were brought up somewhere else and came to England. Do you know what I mean? There's a difference in the way that the league is run. And that's where it needs to start from. It needs to start from wages needs to be capped. Transfer fees need to be assigned by maybe the league. You know, like the MLS, or the NBA, like they have drafts, don't they?
Yeah.
Drafts keep the bigger players get to move around to smaller teams and help them win. Right? That's the whole point of the draft, isn't it? They bring in rookie players, yeah? Rookie players from the college and football leagues, yeah? So in football, the rookie players would be the under-23s, the under-18s. But then you've got your draft picks, which would be, Ronaldo, and these bigger players like Pogba, Fernandez. They'd be your draft picks. And the wages that way would be spread through the league. Every team would have a fair chance at getting the bigger players as well. And I think that would bring more excitement to the game. Like in NBA, you see different teams getting through to the finals now. But in the Premier League, you see consistently the same teams winning year on, year out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think you've hit the nail on the head.
We've got some comments from our boy Kev. Hey guys, appreciate you tuning in, dude. Have you all heard of this famous football player called Malong White? Is he an American footballer, or is he as what you Americans call soccer player? Because there's a difference, obviously. Soccer is what we call football, and the whole world calls football, besides the Americans. But if you argue with an American, they'll say it's called soccer, but most of their football clubs have FC written in their teams, which stands for football club. So don't argue with me about whether it's called soccer or football. And it has.
Damn right, bro. Damn right.
LA Galaxy have FC at the end of their name. The New York Red Bulls have FC at the end of their name. This FC stands for football club. It's not just put at the end of a football club just to look good. It stands for football club. So if the Americans call this soccer, then why did they have FC written on the back of their, on the end of their team's names? It's not the MLS. It's not the Major League Soccer. It's MLF, the Major League Football.
Yeah, it's kind of funny the way the whole thing panned out.
It's so stupid, isn't it? Just Americans wanted to call football something where you hold a ball that doesn't even look round, so it's not even a ball, and you throw it to each other, and then when you get a touchdown, you get a field goal, and then you kick it. You kick it like a couple of times a game, innit? Come on, man. It's not even football. Don't even talk to me about NFL. The NFL. It's called football. Technically, in football, you can kick the ball. No, that's not called football. That's American football. That is called. Wait, I'm not even going to say what I want to say right now. Right, I'm not going to say it.
You want to call it rugby?
No, it's not even rugby, because in rugby they don't wear all that padding and helmets. It's a pussy's game. It's a pussy's game of rugby. That's all it is. It's a group of guys who don't want to get hurt but want to play rugby, and they wear all this padding and helmets to make them look hard, so they don't get hurt. But proper rugby players, they don't care. They go out and they get hurt in rugby. They don't wear all this crap padding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly, Darren. Rugby with soldier pads in it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Soldier pads.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. Kev, don't come at me. In football, they get hurt. Come on. They've got all this padding and helmets. How are they going to get hurt? No, I'm not even going to talk about I'm not even going to talk about American football. That thing just that sport just vexes me up. It's not even a proper sport, man. Just a bunch of bitches wearing pads running around, running into each other. Sorry, Shaz. I know you're having a drink there. Sorry, bro.
Oh, wow. That's
all I've got to say on it, man. They do get injuries. Yeah. I'm guessing because of all the running they do and all the crying that they do get injuries in it. But, let's move on from the NFL. Let's get back to Manchester United. So, the last little bit we need to talk about, Shaz. What next for Man United? So, we've got Atalanta on Wednesday, Champions League home game at Old Trafford. Then we've got Liverpool on the weekend. Varane is out probably till the week after. I don't think he's going to be back for any of these games, so we're going to struggle. Atalanta, I'm expecting 3 points. And Liverpool, I'd be happy with a draw, but we're probably going to get beat. Let's be realistic.
Before I just want to say, Kev, I've seen your comment, but this isn't the show for that topic, so we.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Sorry, Darren. Not Darren. Kev, I can see your comment about wrestling, but this show is about Man United. So if you want to talk wrestling, tune into the wrestling show, which will be back during this week. I know we haven't done it this week. We've been a little bit busy, but we will get to it next week. So if you want to tune into that, get onto that one, and we'll talk about your comments and stuff there. But this is strictly about football, more specifically Man United. So we aren't going to be talking about other topics here unless it is Man United. We don't want to jump off topic. But sorry, Shaz, yeah. What is next for Man United? Like I said, Atalanta, I'm expecting 3 points. Liverpool, I'd be happy with a draw, but we're probably going to get beat.
It's bad when you have to say you'd be happy with the draw against Liverpool. That's how
exactly.
How far it's fallen. Let me have a look. When are they playing? Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday, Atalanta, Old Trafford. And then I think, are we at home to Liverpool? No, we're away to Liverpool, aren't we? Anfield.
No, we're at home.
Oh, we're at home. Okay,
that's
so that's even worse. Yeah, we're gonna get smashed at Old Trafford from Liverpool. That's gonna be hard to watch. That's gonna be very hard to watch, man. That's gonna be very hard to watch.
Yeah, I mean, my expectation is, I reckon Atlanta at home sneak a win.
Well, like we did against Villarreal, yeah.
Well, I tried to get tickets for that, and unfortunately,
are they still out?
Yeah, no luck. I've been logging on.
When we got the Villarreal ones, bro, we only got them a couple of days before, though, didn't we? So
we'll keep checking.
The Crystal Palace game, you can buy tickets right now, but I don't know how good those tickets are going to be.
If you want to spend 175 a pop.
Yeah, let's allow that. We'll talk about tickets after, though, when we go offline in it, bro. We'll try and get something sorted for that. Yeah, there are a couple of other things I need to talk to you about as well once we get off. Darren says go Preston instead. I'd rather watch paint dry than watch Preston North End play.
Darren, you'll be happy to know that I do have a ticket for that game, and most likely.
What game that is? That Cov versus Preston.
Yeah, it's
Cov doing a tour of the Northwest that I didn't know about.
Yeah, we did Blackburn. We did. I think they're just impressing. I've never actually been to Deepdale, so should be an interesting.
I've been past Deepdale. It looks like a nice stadium from the outside.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. I've never been inside, so like. Well, when's that game? When's that game against Preston? Wednesday?
Yeah, it's on Wednesday, yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice.
It's only because it's local for us, bro. For me it is.
Yeah, for you it's local, for Rich it's not.
Yeah, I don't think Rich is coming, so I will definitely be checking that out. But yes, we will cover that on All Things Sky Blue tomorrow, which is booked in for 8 o'clock, so tune in for that, guys.
Yes, peeps, 8 o'clock tomorrow. All Things Sky Blue is going to be a review of the horse going to watch Ewood Park to watch Blackburn versus Cov, and also a preview of Preston versus Cov at Deepdale on Wednesday. So tune in for that. That's going to be a really good one for you Cov City fans to watch. I'll probably tune in myself just because why not? It's a show on the podcast that I like checking out that I'm not on. It's one of the only shows I'm not on. And Shaz is, so Shaz has one more show than me on the channel, which I am going to change one of these days, bro. I'm going to catch up to you one of these days. Don't you worry.
That's all good,
one of my own shows. No, I'm joking, man. It's good though. It's a good show to watch, especially for like the Cov City fans. I know there's a lot of Cov City fans that do tune in to watch, so hopefully, you get that up there.
Absolutely, yep. Anyway, back to Man United.
But back to Man United. Besides the two games that we've got coming this week to Saturday, my expectations are now on the Glaciers to get rid of Solskjaer by Christmas. Wait till January window, get a new manager in before then, and let him, if he needs to sign new players. I don't think United need new players right now. They need to ship off Fred. They need to ship off Matic, get rid of Phil Jones. Who else is there, bro? There's other players that we need to get rid of. Let Jesse Lingard go if he's not going to get first team football. He'd be really good at a team like Newcastle. I'm not even going to lie to you. I sold Jesse Lingard to Newcastle in Football Manager. The first thing I did, because the squad I have and the players I bought in, I knew he weren't going to get game time. So I sold him to Newcastle, and he's flying, bro. I wish I never sold him. He's smashing it.
What was the transfer fee, by the way?
I got about 25, 30 mil for him.
That's all right. It's not too bad.
And this was FM20, so it would have been the start of this last season.
Yeah.
It was the start of the season. Yeah, it was the start of last season, bro. And I bought in some decent players, sold some younger players because they're just useless in it. There's no point having players in your reserves and under 18s if you're never going to use them. So what I do in Football Manager, first thing I do, I go to the reserves, under 18s, I look at everyone's stats, and I thought, nah, you're shit, you're gone. They go on the transfer list. If I can't get rid of them on a transfer, they go on a free. I release them on free. Some of them are happy to just do one in it for free. I do the same with the staff. Then I bring people in that are going to stay at that club with me. Under 18s, under 23s. So the under 23s, those are the ones I'm expecting to get the first team football next. And then the under 18s move up, and then you start buying players. That's the way I work, innit? That's my system. And I'll show you my stats after this game, Shaz. And you tell me if my system's bad or not, yeah? You tell me if my system's bad.
Fair enough. No doubt.
But that's my expectation. Solskjaer gone before Christmas, new manager in. Let him work on the team. If he needs to, bring new players in January. Get rid of the players that he doesn't want at the club, like Fred. Phil Jones is never going to get a game, so get rid of him. If you're not going to play Eric Bailly, let him go. He's 27. Yeah. He's still got a few good years in front of him. Let him go to another club if he's not going to play. Because the perfect game for him was yesterday against Leicester. And he didn't feature. They brought in Harry Maguire, who you could tell wasn't fully fit. There's no point playing players that aren't fully fit. Like Rashford looked fit. And when he came on, I thought, is this too early for him? Like, he's just had shoulder surgery and he's rehab. Is this too early for Rashford? But he proved that it wasn't by scoring, and he played well. But Harry Maguire, I was like, he shouldn't be in the squad. At the start of the game, I was like, he shouldn't be in this squad. And he proved me right because he didn't have a good game. And that's down to Solskjaer putting him in the squad, knowing that he's not fully fit. These are the type of decisions our man. Well, I'm going to correct myself. The United manager is making. He's not my manager. He's not there because I don't want him there. So I'm all out. He's not my manager no more. He's just the United manager, isn't it? What's next for you for United, Shaz? What are you expecting?
So I'm expecting to nick a win against Atlanta.
Okay,
that's how bad it is. And then Liverpool say a prayer, because you're definitely gonna need a prayer against Liverpool. On current form, I'd see Liverpool smashing Man United. It wouldn't be surprising because of nature. The only thing that holds a glimmer of hope is that it sparks some fires in some of the players, and it gets them up for it, because Ole isn't getting anybody up for anything. I don't know what it is, but yeah, that's my take, and we'll have to see.
No, definitely, man, definitely.
Apparently,
we have got a comment here from Darren. I'm just going to bring it up in a sec. Where's it disappeared to? There it is. You guys should recall Chong and Ethan Laird. What do you think? Chong, I don't think if he came back, he'd get in the first team with the amount of players that are in midfield right now. I think he is a very exciting player to watch. He's very talented. I'd like to see him feature in the first team, but him being out on loan gets him more experience and helps his development. So I'm down for that. Ethan Laird, defender. I don't know if he's ready for the first team football, but I'd like to see him feature and see if he can hack it in the Premier League, because they did the same with Mengi. They brought him in for 1 or 2 games, and now we don't see him. They could do it with Laird and see if he can, because I think he is a good player. There's one player that was due to go out on loan, Amad Diallo. He never actually went out on loan because he got injured, so he's now back in training with the team. So what I would like, if Sancho does not start performing and Diallo's fit, let Diallo play.
Yeah.
Over Sancho. I would 100% rather see Diallo play a couple of games than watch Sancho have bad performance after bad performance. The hard decisions need to be made, and Solskjaer isn't making them.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said. You couldn't have said it any better than myself.
No, exactly, bro. I don't lie, bro. I don't lie. I just consistently tell the good stuff on this show, man. That's why you need to watch this show, innit? But I appreciate this comment, Darren. Great show, guys. Again, appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate the love and support, man. Always. I'm gonna let Shaz give his final thoughts on Leicester going forward, the next few games, and everything. But before I do, I'm going to just see if I can answer this next comment. Where's Mata? Warming the bench. That's the problem. You've got players like Mata who don't feature when you've got Sancho playing bad every week.
That's crazy, man.
So I absolutely love Mata. I think he's an amazing player. When he went to Chelsea, I was gutted because I wanted him at United at that time. But then when he came to United, I was really happy. Mata was one of my favourite players at that point. When he was at Chelsea, I still rated him as one of the top players, top midfielders in the world. I'm glad he's at United, but I'm not glad about the way that he's being used right now. I think he's still got a lot to offer at United. What about you, Shaz? What are your thoughts on Mata, bro?
No doubt, bro. I mean, if you've got quality like that on the bench, you know what? You might as well play him. He just would be just getting wasted on the bench, and he's not even.
Why not play him over Fred? Like Mata can play central mid. Put him in central mid and play McTominay further back on not the double pivot, but on his own. McTominay can handle that role on his own.
I'm game with that.
But then Mata can play left, or he can play right. He can play either. So he's very versatile. So if you need a player, you can put him literally anywhere in midfield. The only place that he can't play is striker.
Yeah, obviously.
But right now, I won't put it past him. Like he'd be like, "Boss, put me on the pitch. I'll play up front." Like he's very, very good player. Is Mata. I think he needs to feature more. I know he's in his 30s now, but he's still a brilliant player. Still got a lot of quality. Still got a lot more to offer United. And sitting on the bench, that talent's just being wasted. So I say get him on the pitch with Pogba and Fernandes around him. Get Ronaldo, Rashford, and Greenwood up front. You know what I mean? It's just there's just so many players that United could do with using, but they're not.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, I think it's just a case of needing to switch it up, make the hard decisions, and see what.
Solskjaer hasn't got the backbone to make a hard decision, bro.
Yeah,
that's the problem, and it shows. And to say that about a club legend is, it's hard to say because he's such a legend at the club, and saying bad things about him it's hard to say, but. Right now, it's getting really easy to say because he's making it easy for us to say. Hey, Shaz.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
but like I said before, I'm going to let Shaz take over. I'm going to let him leave his final thoughts and comments on everything we've talked about and anything else he wants to add in just before we finish up.
So, in order to wrap it up, I'm just going to say shit performance against Leicester. That's the only way to describe it. Ollie, sort your shit out before Wednesday. Get it together. Get your defense together. Get everybody on pitch. Get Matt on the pitch. Hell, get Donny van der Beek on the pitch. Get just.
Bloody heck, we almost went an episode without talking about getting Van der Beek on the pitch.
We almost did.
We went 56 minutes without talking about him, getting him on the pitch, bro.
Well, we can't do.
Almost. We almost did it, man. We almost. Maybe next time.
We can't do FergieTime without a last minute Van der Beek drop in.
That's it.
And it was bound to happen. But yeah, I mean, just we've talked about a lot, and I think you know what we feel. I feel like I've got Tusby and I'm repeating the same thing again and again.
That's sick.
Just saying the same shit, different day, bro. That's the phrase I use. Me and Shaz like to say, same shit, different day. So it doesn't make a difference if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, because Solskjaer's just going to give you the same shit no matter what day of the week it is, isn't it?
Oh man, but
it's frustrating though, bro. It's really frustrating to be a United fan right now.
But yeah,
we had the good times, bro. We had the times where we were winning trophies and we were happy and we were doing well. Now it's our time to suffer because we've got Solskjaer as manager, innit? That's our fate in it from closing so much. We've now got Solskjaer as manager, but we're never going to win a trophy under him. And he's just going to be there for what looks like the next 4 years because that's how long his contract is.
Yeah, bro. I mean, well, you might as well make Shaz and myself managers.
Probably do one question though. One question before we go, Shaz. One question. Solskjaer's contract was due to expire, yeah? So why not offer him a 2-year deal with a 2-year extension if he wins a trophy within them 2 years? Why just give him a 4-year deal when he still hasn't won anything?
You know, the funny thing is if being a manager was based on key performance indicators, Ollie would have been gone a long time ago because okay, getting fourth is okay, getting in Champions League is okay. At some point, you got to be able to turn that around and.
You know what's not okay though? Getting knocked out of cups by West Ham, losing in Europa League finals to Villarreal, that's not okay, man. That's the stuff that's not okay, and that's what needs to change. The only way that that's going to change is when Solskjaer leaves, and we get the right manager to take this club forward, man.
Yeah, bro. But as always, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a great episode. Thank you very much for the comments from
appreciate
Darren.
everyone tuning in. Appreciate Darren, Kev, everyone up in the comments. Appreciate all the like and the love, the support, everything. We will be back tomorrow, as I said. All things Sky Blue. Shaz will be on with Rich, previewing the game against Preston and also reviewing the game against Blackburn Rovers and talking about what the atmosphere is like being away at Blackburn for Coventry fans. And me and Shaz will be back probably Tuesday. We are going to be doing Fight Night with our other horse Nadeem. And there's going to be other videos lined up for the rest of the week. If you want to check out the schedule, check it out on YouTube. It'll probably be up tomorrow evening or Tuesday evening. And it'll have a list of all the shows that we're doing throughout the week, so you can hit yourself on the reminder button so you can tune into the ones that you want. And that way you don't miss it. But as Shaz says, thanks everyone for tuning in. I appreciate the love and support and see you in the next episode.